Uh-oh, we messed up. We're back. Somebody messed up. They let us come back. Who keeps doing that? Who keeps letting us come back? We're going to be a bad influence on y'all, as if we ain't already with our poor English and all that. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. I'm ready. Are you guys ready?
We're ready, Cole.
Yeah. Are you ready out there in the internet world? We're gonna do it.
Welcome to For Music Lovers Only, a podcast where each host makes a top 5 list of their favorite songs from this week's topic. Each week is a new topic. Tune in, I dare you. Music Lovers Only.
Oh, why is that?
F you guys.
The gremlins are working against us. I went and clicked that before I went in the comments, and it still didn't like it. So it's booted me off twice. So if I disappear, I might be back.
You get to be ghost this time.
And both of the times, it was story time. Sontia was telling a story, and then it booted me out. And then Coach started telling a story, and it booted me out. So I was like,
we're boring the system to death with our tales of yarn.
Our bad influences. We're going to talk bad influences. This is episode 143. 143. We're just cooking right up on there. And this was a fun one. It was pretty easy to get a good long list, and then I kind of I kind of wish we did 8, a list of 8, but I think there might be some crossovers with there might be some dingers. We'll see. But it's been a long week. It certainly has. Yeah. And it's only Wednesday.
It's nice outside though.
Yeah, I've been in training all week. It's only 2 days, but the rest of the week, and then I'm out of town next week, and it just
Yeah, we're coachless next week, I think, right?
Yes, you are. I'll be in Dallas.
So Dallas, say hello to Dallas for me. Tell him I exist.
Okay, I'll let them know you're thinking about them.
I am getting to Dallas this year. I gotta go. It's only, what is it? Dallas is like 5 hours or 4 or 5 hours.
Like 4.5 to 5. Well, to get actually where you're going there, it's 5.5 once you hit the city. But you get to the outside of the city in 4.5 to 5.
I'm gonna go in there at 2:00 in the morning and then get in a spot. Then I'm gonna Uber everywhere and hope I don't get like murdered.
Don't get murdered. That would. Or
I might go down there and find a rich husband. Because it's Dallas. Everybody has oil.
Yeah, I got that Dallas money. Remember watching Dallas?
Yeah, I remember Dallas. I don't remember what it was about. I just remember that there was one time this one chick slapped this other chick, and it was like a big thing, man.
What was it? Who shot JR? I think that was the big pinnacle moment for Dallas.
My grandma used to always watch it, so it was always on, and I remember all the characters and somewhat. But again, I was playing with Lincoln Logs or toys in the background.
Yeah, JR, I think, is the only name I could name, and I don't remember it. My parents probably watched it, but
yeah, my grandma watched it, but it's the same. The Young and the Restless, all of it's just like. That's enough. Like even now, every once in a while, if I'm sick on the couch, Young and the Restless will come on and I'll just stare at it. And it's just, it's so much, but it's a drama. It's a soap opera.
When I worked
the third seasons,
when I worked the third shift, I got a little hooked on soap operas. I'll admit it, but I got over it. I got over it pretty quick after. It's like, man, this is dumb.
Which soap operas were you hooked on? Tell us more.
The hospital one, and then the Young and the Restless. That's the only 2, right?
Mine was always Days of Our Lives. My Brandy Richardson's mom would always record it for me, and we'd watch it together. She'd even save it and not watch it during the day.
Yeah, that was that. Is that not the hospital one? The Days of Our Lives.
I don't know what Days of Our Life. I would leave.
General Hospital, wasn't it? Wasn't that a soap opera?
I believe so. The only soap opera that I watched was Real World and Road Rules.
I was gonna say that.
And then Jerry Springer had a show called Baggage.
Yeah.
To where, if you guys don't know what baggage is, there would be a young man or woman or old man or woman that came on that was single, and there'd be 3 suitors, and then they would tell you like the worst things about them, and it's like the small worst thing, the medium worst thing, and then the worst thing.
I
and the
murdered
worst thing,
someone.
yeah, the worst thing was always really bad.
Yeah, wasn't it Ted Bundy? He was ended up being on a dating show, I think.
Yeah, he was.
And he got picked. He got picked, and then the guy was like, "Nah, he's a creep." And she backed out. She backed out, or she probably would have been dead.
Yeah, might have.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Or if she wanted him, he would have ignored her. Murderers are assholes.
I was gonna say that just made a woman want him more. Yeah, like she keeps somebody. Oh, I'm in love with him. He's just misunderstood.
and then he's like, ah!
All right, Coach, you got that spinner handy?
I can't kill you. You're too clingy.
Is it well lubricated?
I think so.
Got the Pennzoil, the WD-40 on that thing. Oh, Coach.
Like I said, just like always, I'm difficult. I misunderstand the assignments, or I purposely misrepresent them. It just depends.
There are no rules.
Was it the year 1980 or was it all of the 80s? You know, it's just it's whatever.
That happened one time.
Whatever. I mean, the rules are loose. They're vague.
Yeah, we got our first rule for FMLO. First rule of FMLO is there are no rules.
Yeah.
I looked at it like differently. You guys were songs that were just bad influences, and I kind of looked at. I was trying that way, but I was trying to find a list. I had songs in mind, but I've used them for whatever other things, because all my favorite songs we've used by now. We've done 673 shows. I'm okay, not quite, but I'm not trying to. I've used 673 songs. I bet pretty close.
Yeah, definitely.
5 times 140,
Yeah.
143. That's how many songs we've had to choose from.
Yeah, it's a lot of songs, buds. So this one, like I said, I kind of went, what were 5 of my bad influences? They were music, they were drugs, they were drinking, they were girls, and they were cars. So, and I kind of Friends, I wanted to do Friends, and I have a song, so I was kind of but like the 5, those were kind of my 5, and I would say Friends was probably number 1. But anyways, that was my list of how I looked at it, of my bad influences. But starting with number 5, I would say music was the lowest on my list of bad influences. I'm not saying that I didn't, like, there weren't some things that made me think differently about the world once you heard them, but because I lived in the world I lived in, even some of those songs that were, I ain't for bitches and blunts, I'm for weed and money, or whatever that is, that was cool to go to, but that wasn't gonna ever like truly influence me, I guess. Anyways, but my number 1 was a music one, and it was Leonard Skinner, and it was the Ballad of Curtis Lowe. A bad influence song, like all mine ended up being still too, because it was a whole song about don't hang around this guy, give him booze, and he plays you a song, and obviously that guy's a bad influence, but it was a good one too. He taught him how to freaking play music, and that didn't mean that this dude was drinking. It meant this guy that was drinking taught him how to play music. So that song's kind of 2 ways heard or sung or whatever you want to say. So that's my number 5.
Sweet.
I would say Cars would be my number 4 bad influence. Things that I did in Cars, things, speeding, bad, going places, whatever. But the song that kind of came to mind for me that represented cars was Sammy Hagar, I Can't Drive 55. Because if you rode with me and you knew me, I like to go fast. And I like to be out past the limits, and I like to go places you weren't supposed to drive. And I like, but usually it was a friend that was influencing me, or I was influencing a friend, one of the two. So
go to McDonald's at midnight.
Oh yeah, man.
1:30 in the morning.
Oh, and using all the freaking Monopoly things that we would get from people that worked there, get 14 free fries, burgers, and drinks. And we spent $3 and got $53 worth of food. Those were the days, man. And we got 14 small fries one time. She's like, you're really only supposed to use one. I'm like, she's like, I don't care. So, that's what my meal was, a big bag of fries. So it was fine. They got it. By the way, by the time we got to the end of the parking lot, they were already cold and were not good. So I ate as many as I ate before we got to that parking lot. They were great. My number 3, I would say bad influences is going to be drinking. Drugs. I'm going to go drugs for 3. And this one, I got to get some Eminem in, and it's Drug Ballad. If ever there was a song that named more, or kind of all the things I like to party and listen to that one. It was like, oh shit, we didn't get none of that, we should go find some of that. I forgot.
You're gonna be crawling on the floor. What is it? You can you finished your bottle of Guinness, you can officially slap people.
That whole song. I mean, you could have done 15 Eminem songs. Get out of here, ghost, you son of a gun. My number 2, I would say, is drinking. And this one was kind of a new song to me, and there was a whole bunch of songs that came to mind. I wanted to use a bunch, but we'd done a drinking show already. And I used a bunch of my favorite then, and so I just was kind of looking around. And this one ends up being actually like one of these kind of, I don't know what you call it, rapabilly songs or hick rap. I don't know what this guy really is. I don't know if this is what he actually is, but this song and another one that we listened to kind of sound like it. And my wife's like, this is what the neighbor guy listens to. And she's like, this song is catchy, but then I couldn't go much further. You know what I'm talking about, Josh. Yeah. But this song is Kid Suda, Suda. I'd never heard of him. This song has like 6 million views, so it's been heard by 6 million people, but it's Shake That Bottle, or Shake That Bottle. And it's super catchy, super got a good hook to it. And like when you hear this song, you'll be like, okay, good song. And it's actually all about drugs and other stuff, but also drinking. So it was my drinking song. That's my number 2. And then the worst influence, or my biggest bad influence, is girls. And I don't mean that necessarily always in a bad way, but the crazy shit you would do to see a girl, to be around a girl, for a crazy girl, some shit you would do if you could hook me up with a crazy girl, that's why I'm so glad I got a sane one now that kind of right sides me. But boy, I dated some that were like, thought my ideas were good and theirs were even crazier. And then some crazy shit.
You gotta have a balance.
Yeah. And this song kind of describes that girl perfect. It's another new one to me. This is Bryce Savage. I now heard a couple. I found this on some weird playlist that I believe it was a distraught young girl fighting with her sexual crisis made this playlist I found, but I found a couple good songs on it. And this one is called Easy to Love. And it's not a girl that actually would be really hard to love unless you love a crazy girl. And I know exactly, like describing it, I'm like, Amy, you're so lucky we're still married because I'd go find her.
I mean, I don't know. I seem to find them.
Well, there's something certain guys like about a crazy girl, and there's something girls like about an asshole, and neither one of them really want them, but there's some reason attracted to them. It's a weird world. It's a bad sense of humor, and it is what it is. And that's also my list.
Yeah.
Yay.
The probability that you might get stabbed by the woman you love is there's something invigorating about it.
If that happened, you guarantee that was one heck of a fun relationship.
And until it happens.
Yeah, the stabbings are never good.
And then you're like, maybe I shouldn't have done this.
Anyways,
I have nothing to say. I've never been crazy.
Well, crazy dudes out there. Girls dudes are crazy because of girls. No, I'm joking.
A motherfucker will drive you crazy. I'll tell you what.
If it wasn't my mama, it was no. It was this world. This world would drive you crazy. You just happen to spend a lot of time trying to appease that other sex. So, anyways, I'm gonna spin. So I just stopped talking.
Sontia.
I am starting to figure out why the spinner keeps messing up because I do drop it every time I spin it now for some reason.
Man, speaking of crazy bitches,
Crazy bitch.
I'm like looking at my list, and I picked a lot of songs, and I just realized that they're all dudes. They're all dudes. I didn't even pick any of my girl songs. I sure didn't. All right,
Them are
well,
bad
that's fine.
influences. They're empowering. So
Girl songs are empowering. Guy songs are bad influences.
Yeah. That's what we've learned today, folks.
Goodbye, Earl.
I think that's a good influence. I think that's totally justified. Earl's got to die.
He had to. He absolutely had
I
to.
agree.
Ooh. But yeah, so my list of bad influences was just it. It's just like songs that would influence you to do bad things pretty much, or songs that are really good that shouldn't be. They probably shouldn't be. Now, as we all know, and I'll just go ahead and start with Nickelback so we can go ahead and get my drunk Canadian uncles out of the way. Nickelback has a lot of songs about bad influences. So I was like, do I want to do strippers, or do I want to do drugs or bad decisions? Guy Fieri, you know what one of these, yeah, which one of these albums should I pick by Nickelback that's a bad influence? And then I just went with a classic, Burn It to the Ground. And that is about essentially having a party that destroys everything. That's it. It's not burning down the system. It's not, burning down bad habits or anything. It's just literally partying so hard that you set everything on fire.
Been there. I know a few people have found God partying with me, so they're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It wasn't because I was a good shepherd or anything.
Oh yeah. So
it must have been what did they say? The good Lord watches over fools. So I'm gonna assume that I was very, very foolish, and that left them no other choice but to provide to them the evidence that God exists. That's the way I'm gonna put it. Anyway, sorry.
Okay. So that's my number one. Today we learned more about Josh. Do tell. Details. Finding God. What the hell were you doing?
Mine was different. My bad influence led them down a path that at rock bottom then made them back to finding God. It wasn't like a one-time thing with me. It was no, I'm just joking.
No, it was definitely they seen how off the rails I was. There may have been ether, Valium, and booze involved in this incident.
Ooh. Yeah, growing up like super religious. My bad influence was asking questions. Like, it feels so weird that I was the worst one. I was the problem child because I was like, but what if it doesn't work like that?
Yeah. Question.
And it's like, you're the devil. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure Josh Bethel is out here.
Yeah.
I got blamed for the shooting of Abe Lincoln once, so I have that. I didn't do it. Out of all the presidents, that wouldn't be the one I would have won.
Yeah.
Garfield.
Anyway, so that's my number one. Number two. First of all, I do not condone cheating in any way, shape, or form. Like I've cheated on somebody once, and if I tell you why, everybody's like, it's a good reason, but there's no good reason, because I stayed because I wanted to just take advantage of the good of a person when I could have just broke up with them and went and got what I wanted. You don't do that to people. But you know who does? Mrs. Jones. And Billy Paul made cheating sound like the most romantic, fun, and amazing thing that you could do, because me and Mrs.
Jones that make that romanticize the infidelity.
Oh my God, did it? It just, I mean, even if they were just getting coffee, it was just like, oh, I can't wait to get coffee with somebody I'm not married to. We got a thing going on. And what's so crazy is everybody will be dancing to it. Because you can't not. It is such a good song. It is such an emotive song. It is a classic. And
I haven't heard it in 100 years. I can't. I remember the Me and Mrs. Jones, but I can't remember anything other than that. So they
got a thing going on. They know it's wrong. With me and Mrs. Jones. That is such a good song. So that's my number two. Bad influence. Definitely don't do it. Just leave. Just leave. That's not going to happen. But I could dream. Number three. Now this, I feel like, is about a full-on mental breakdown. And then whenever you have a mental breakdown, you want to, do terrible things. You really do. You want to do god-awful shit. You just do. So my number three is going to be the song by the Glorious Sons, and it's called Sawed Off Shotgun. Yeah. And it's about somebody who is at their wits' end. Yeah. So first, there's an explanation as to why they're at their wits' end, and then the solution is, I bought a sawed-off shotgun. Yeah. What did he do with it? We don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't elaborate what he does with it, but either direction gone with said sawed-off shotgun is not a good influence, not the thing to do.
No, just go buy like a book and read.
I mean, I guess it never he doesn't buy the shells, so
well, he might have just went out somewhere to get his frustrations out.
Yeah. I mean, if you just buy the shotgun, I guess, with no shells, and you just sit there with the shotgun, then
you could turn it into a bong. That would be pretty groovy.
That seems like so much work.
A vase.
Oh, a bong, B-O-N-G. I thought you said bomb. I'm not going to spell it so we don't get flagged.
I think either one would probably get as good as flagged. We're just a bad influence today.
Either way, don't go buy it for any reason, for a bomb, a bong, or for any other reason.
A vase, that might make a pretty vase.
It might actually. Anyhow, number four. Number four is going to be, I feel like, I don't know if this is a country song. I don't know what it is. It sounds like a southern trailer park song is what it sounds like, with country twang is what it is. And I have so many friends that sing this song all the time, and I promise this is the first time I actually heard the song sung by the actual person who sung it. And this song is by a group called Rehab. Oh, yeah. And it's called Bartender.
Well, it was all the same person. It was just they re-recorded it, because the original version, they had a different guy in the group, the guy that was doing the rapping, and then Danny is the guy that's remained, and it was basically just him, and so he re-recorded it on his debut album as just solo Rehab, and so it's still him. But yeah, Sitting at the Bar is one of my favorite songs.
Oh yeah. So it's a tailspin of someone telling a bartender about his woes.
Yeah. Stole her keys to her. I mean, in every version, it's a different car, but her dad's
car,
Chevy Nova or something, and crashed that thing. And
so he jacked the keys to their father's car and crashed that piece of and then walked away.
In one of the versions of the video version of it, Danny Trejo is the bartender, and so he broke his parole, and he's waiting on him to take him back to jail. He's like, "Yep, I'm done. I can't handle it out here."
Also, very bad thing to do. Don't do that.
Yeah.
If you're on parole, just leave. Leave. Go hang out with me and Mrs. Jones. All right, and finally, number 4. One of my favorite just debaucherous music to listen to is by Panic at the Disco, because it's so fun. It's so fun to sing about the terrible things that they do. And I've been to some wild parties. I've been to some parties to where everybody was pretty smashed up, and they were throwing potatoes and cutting them down with ninja swords. Mm-hmm. There was somebody that jumping over the bonfire contest, and somebody fell in. That was kind of terrible.
Redneck shit there.
Yeah, we know about that. There was a guy in your class that did that, Josh.
Yep.
Seen a lot of boobs. Somebody pulled out a gun once. There was a barrel full of fireworks that was doused in gasoline and set on fire. That was crazy. Crazy.
Definitely some redneck shit there.
Oh, it was. And there was a baby shower that I went to where they set the backyard on fire. So that reminded me of this song, "Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time" by Panic of the Disco. It's a hell of a feeling, yeah. And then they just name all the different things that happen to be at this party. And he lost a bet with a guy in a saffron skirt, but he makes these high heels work.
I think I found one Panic at the Disco song that I liked. I think I wanted to dive more. I think I listened to a little bit more of that out. I can't remember what it was, and I wasn't feeling it there. So I'm glad you got me some Panic at the Disco to consume.
Oh yeah. They have a lot. I wasn't into them at first, and then they grew on me. They completely grew on me. So, yeah. There was 2 Panic at the Disco songs that were pretty much about the same thing, but this one is just funner to dance to, and it has almost the Pulp Fiction type guitar riff that's going on in the background. And then all of a sudden it just goes into this fun beat. And then you have like this dramatic slow part to where it's like, what are we in for? Like, what are we doing here? It's like, never mind. It's a hell of a feeling. Yeah, let's go back. Let's finish it out. We're already here. So that's my list. That's my 5.
Good list. All right. The last for last. Here we are. I wanted to go first. Nobody stole any. I mean, but Coach got close. Sontia. I mean, if Rehab, like I said, is always this close to being on a list. Like I say, that first album, Southern Discomfort, with the rapper, because it was rapper, and then Danny was like the singer. He sung the hook, and then the guy rapped. Mm-hmm. And so that dude left, and so Danny just went on by himself with it, and he's still doing things, and he'll bring in people now, like kind of like features. They'll be part of the band for an album or 2, and then they'll move on. That'll kind of like help them build their career enough so they can move on. Mm-hmm. It all seems like it all ends amicably. Nobody's pissed off at each other. They just move on. But yeah, good list indeed. My number 5, like I said, I kind of went with a combination of coach's tactic and then a combination of just bad songs. My number 5 is, like I said, the 80s movies were great, were epic, but none of them were good influences. These teen movies, and they're doing all kinds of shit that would get us arrested. We were kind of talking about it before. If anybody else would have done that, they would have been arrested. But and then the song that became the greatest theme song was "Don't You Forget About Me." That's the theme song to the Breakfast Club, and it's by Simple Mind off their '84 album "Once Upon a Time." And like I said, that whole movie, great movie, but well, I always get Pretty in Pink and the other one of the other
Candles.
Yeah, 16 Candles. The one where the guy gives his girlfriend to the little scrawny dude in his car, and he takes his girl. She's passed out. I'm like, yeah, you probably shouldn't do that. That would be very creepy even then. But of course, we didn't notice that shit. Yeah, I mean, I think it was Sweet 16 that.
I don't have an answer.
Or Pretty. I don't know. I get them confused. But definitely Breakfast Club. Like I said, you couldn't, smoking the weed in the library, breaking the glass, and I mean, come on. But that song always reminds me of all the '80s movies, and I can't think of one '80s movie that had a positive impact on anybody. I mean, other than a good time.
Lost Boys.
Most bad influences are a good time. I mean, if you're doing it right. You're doing it right. My number 4 was a new one. I'd never heard this one before, and I don't think I was even really searching. I mean, I didn't type bad influences into the search. I had a list full of songs already in my head, and so I kind of went off of those. And so I think I was taking a break, a purge from it, and just letting the gods of the Spotify play me music. And this one came on. It's called Mojo by the band Peeping Tom. 2005 self-titled album. The name alone, I didn't catch the name of the band until after I already fell in love with the song. Peeping Tom, that's probably not a good thing to do. That's a bad influence. Don't do that. But the song's talking about first, it's I mean, it hands down one of my new favorite songs. Just the music is phenomenal. And it starts off, the verse or the chorus is like go smoke, that's fine, go take your shots, and then go fix up, and then it kind of escalates, getting, I'm like, okay, we could have just stopped there, but they kept going. So drugs are bad, we don't condone it here. But new song, great song. I think you guys will enjoy it.
Awesome.
Sweet.
My number 3, my number 2, and my number 1 are ones I looked back at when I was a impressionable young youth, and what I probably shouldn't have been listening to. And so this one came out in 1989. I was 10 and probably shouldn't have been listening to Two Live Crew, Me So Horny. Probably shouldn't have been listening to that. Oh, that the cover alone captivated me. Just, 4 beautiful dark-skinned bouteilles, just like, very nice, very nice. And this album just released. It released February 7th, a couple days ago in 89, obviously. And they got into a lot of hot water. This was the album that got them banned in the USA. They got brought up on obscenity charges for their lyrics and their album cover, and women would get on stage and take their clothes off, and so they got in trouble for that, because the powers that be thought it was them, they're dancers up there stripping. And so the live version of this that I found, the only one that the original version isn't even on Spotify. I find it not under them. I had to go find the original version, but they had a live version on there, and they're like, at the beginning of it, they're like, Phoenix, keep your clothes on. Because I mean, they got arrested, and they had it. If any shop owner, if any record stores sold the album, they would get arrested for selling porn. They had a few of them in Florida. because
That's so crazy how everything was so censored not even that long ago. Like, it wasn't even that long ago, and now it's just like important stuff is censored now. Like, things that you should be able to say and hear are censored, but this gratuitous sexual debauchery is just, like, free for all for everybody to look at. It just flipped.
All right, my number 2 and my number 1. Not only I probably shouldn't have been listening to them, but they actually got into trouble for their content as well. They got blamed for a lot of things being a bad influence.
Milli Vanilli.
My 2 and my 1 were both blamed for the Columbine thing that happened there. I don't want to say the other half of it, but what happened at Columbine. And but my number 2 is Everlasting Cocksucker by Marilyn Manson. This is off of the 95 Smells Like Children album, and this is I probably found Antichrist first, but then I went back and bought this one, and this is the album that got stuck in my CD player. Marilyn Manson Possessed, my little black GMC that I had for several months until I learned how. I mean, this was before we had phones and internet was still a pretty new thing. I had to disconnect my battery and then it spit it out, but I didn't know that, so I just listened to this album, and this album, a lot of weird. It's kind of like a Willy Wonka, evil Willy Wonka, you know. So a lot of that, and I mean, the song is "I am the God of fuck." I am the God of fuck, and it's just a very, very, very bad influence. You know, I mean, you probably shouldn't.
I used to like watching his interviews, though.
Oh, yeah,
because he was definitely. I remember the first time somebody asked me if I heard of Marilyn Manson, and I was like, "No, I've never heard of her." And they were like, "No, you've never heard of Marilyn Manson."
Yeah,
boy. Yeah. But yeah, his interviews were always so. Like he is such an intellectual, which is what pissed people off more. Is this wasn't just some dumb dude running around with his satire. He had something to say, and as gratuitous as his music was, a lot of it had such a point, and a lot of it was just against the religious oppression.
It definitely was a major theme in the beginning, and I mean still is. I mean he I think he's well known that he's batting for the other team there. He's playing for the devil, but and again, I mean, he's so smart, and the music, I mean, if he made crappy music, I wouldn't have liked it, but
oh yeah,
that was even weird. But I mean, even the stuff that he's coming up with today, he knows how to make money. He knows how to make good music. And I mean, I think it's genuine. And like I said, all the trouble he got in, it's like, you know, come on, you didn't read his autobiography, you know, the very first one. You could have found out very quickly that, you know, you probably don't want to marry this guy. You know, I mean, come on.
Coming back from the beginning, women love assholes.
I mean, he never claimed to be a good guy. So that's probably not a good role model, but my number 1 is not a good role model either. Mr. Eminem, 1999, the Slim Shady LP. And the irony of this is that, you know, he's poking fun of the fact that, you know, he's getting accused of being a role model, you know, because I mean, he never claimed to be a role model. It's like, yeah, I mean, go do all this stuff that clearly he's not doing, but just to poke fun of it and poke the bears. And like I said, they both got pinned with the Columbine stuff. I mean, they took a lot of heat from it. I think they even did a song together after that.
And they blamed it on Marilyn.
Yeah.
Middle America.
Yeah. Now it's a tragedy. But yeah, role models just so fun. And then, like I said, the whole album could have been my continual or my tentative for that one. If Coach would have picked that one, I was going to go with As the World Turns, which is another good one.
So I said a ton of his are that kind of thing where, you know, basically what you just said, he didn't ask to be the, I mean, like even like guys like me that, which I guess I don't want to say old enough that I loved his music, but I don't know that I was ever like heavily impressioned by him. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
we live two way different lives. I mean, like besides the party thing, that would be
Yeah.
the thing, the partying aspect of it. It wasn't nothing about like, I don't know.
And then I definitely blame him for my urge to eat mushrooms. That was definitely M's fault. Which I mean, hey, if that's the worst,
Well, and the blue and yellow purple pills.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of craziness going on in the day. I did take things like that to the excess, very excess. I was, I mean, Hunter-esque wannabe here, for quite a while. I partied like a rock star.
Oh yeah.
I did that until I was like 18. I partied like that when I was 14.
But yeah, one thing that I really liked about Eminem was, and not just, and I feel like a lot of these bad influences weren't really bad influences. They were just like telling the truth about how things really were, and it bothers people when you tell the truth. And that's one of the things that I really liked about Eminem is he yes, he was angry. Yes, he's talking about drugs. Yes, he's talking about sex and killing his mom and his girlfriend in the trunk. But there was all that. But his whole thing was just upsetting the status quo. And it's just like, you know what? You can say whatever you want, like on. So we have, I don't even want to talk about politics, but you think about free speech. And it's just like a lot of free speech is quelmed because it's the truth. And Eminem, people like Eminem, all of these bad influences that we have on this list are just people that just upset people lying about how life works.
Yep. I'm pretty sure the Two Live Crew was just horny.
I mean, that's
part of the emotion, man. That's okay.
Yeah.
That phase.
They weren't angry about anything.
11 to 36, so was I. Oh.
Think about you have Two Live Crew. You think about what was it? Let's talk about sex, baby. Who was that? That was
Salt about you and me.
Let's talk about like that.
Salt and Pepper, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just like anytime you bring it up, it's just like, oh no, you can't even talk about that because everybody had this vision that was not true about how people conducted themselves sexually, and then that would just lead people to have this unnatural and embedded shame in themselves for having natural urges.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And then
you know what I mean, man.
Flash forward to today, and then everybody's sexuality is in your face, and you couldn't, I mean, you can't, no matter what they are, everybody's broadcasting it to the world. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. It's like, well, I mean, can we go back to a gray area, which you can do that. I just, we don't need, we all don't need to know what you do.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like Two Live Crew reversed.
Yeah. All right. So I guess, Coach, you got any ideas for next week? Do you want to phone one in or?
I don't have any ideas right now. I mean, if you guys need a list, I can. Like I said, the Wednesday night, just because they do the dinner, do all that. I mean, at best case, we're done by like 8:30 and stuff. So there's no way I can make the show, but I can provide a list.
We'll let you pick the topic then. Let's pick something low-hanging fruit, something we could plug into Spotify to search. Do we want to do a year?
We could do a year.
That would be a pretty easy. We've talked about doing a year. You got your phone handy? Throw up 3 years. I don't have anything else handy as well.
While you guys are doing that, I have a show on Saturday with Ryan Brooks at Metropolitan Coffee at 7 p.m. Come to Hutchinson and look. And it's always a good time. Ryan's a good dude, and he sings like really sweet melodic songs, and then I'm a whole force of nature, and we're at a coffee shop, and the kids are always like, what is going on? And they have the coolest fish. Like you can tap on the glass and he'll follow your finger. I'm gonna steal it one day.
It's trying. See, this one I always pick the wrong one, but it does too many. 84, 78, 97.
I think we already did 84.
I don't think we've done 84.
I think we've done 84, 78. I think we've done 97. Or
We've done 97, yes. Looking now.
We could just pick 2008 as the replacement year. But this one, okay, I got 86, 2008, and 74.
Okay.
I think we're good on all those.
That's a pretty random year selection, and those could be all some pretty decent lists, I think.
Yeah, snap it. We'll throw it onto the poll, and we'll come up with one. We'll get the poll going, and we'll figure out what the people want to hear. So
sweet. They like voting. I like that you guys like voting for years.
It makes it easy. It makes it fair, and then we'll get our poll for we'll do the artist pick once coach returns. So we need to get coaches, and so we'll do another poll for that. But yeah,
you guys get to listen to Nickelback. I hope they pick that first. I'm just throwing that out in the universe because
Josh, what was your pick so far?
I think I'm gonna go. I said Willie, and I think I'm sticking to Willie.
So I kind of need to go the rap road.
I feel like have we even done? I don't want to throw any ideas out there, but have we even done Eminem?
No, we haven't. I've kept kind of that one vested. It's an easy. I mean, that's an easy, low hanging one. I was gonna, yeah. So I mean, I'm obviously not against that. That would be an easy one for me. I have already 36 Eminem. So I don't think it would be very difficult for me.
Yeah, you don't even have to make a list. You just got to show up.
Yeah, I just
me. Yeah,
I've been leaning toward Beastie Boys has been mine, but just because I want to make you guys down my road.
I mean, I'm down all roads, my man. So nothing's really too. Sontia gets me with some of the church songs, obviously. That kind of. I'm not necessarily down those roads. I won't even claim to that, but.
You guys took me down country roads, okay? Now, guys, and then had me dressed
like paper,
like this, and
I had a rap song that was called "Country Roads and Paper."
Okay,
it was the intro for this podcast for like the first 5 or 6 episodes until I rocked her out a little bit more.
Oh, guys, guess what? I forgot. I don't even have a poster up for it. But yeah, my song "Mindful of Bullets" comes out on Saturday.
Yay!
Yes,
awesome.
I'm so excited.
Those of it counted already. You'd have like 46 from me, but
thank you for creating all those email addresses.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get the years rolling. I'm gonna get off of here. We survived episode 143, right? And I hope you don't do anything we talked about in this episode except for love music.
Oh yeah, go drive fast, get a bad girl, do some alcohol and
do some alcohol.
I was gonna say drugs, but drugs that are legal. And if you're in Oregon, do whatever you want. And do it with a friend.
I think they've already. I think they've already recanted the Oregon thing. I'm here, aren't I?
No, yeah. It was freezing up for me. It might have been mine. It could be me. Right. Blame everybody else. It's never my fault.
Never my fault. Never my fault. All right.
Good night, everybody.
Both my teams are playing like crap.